Hi, Paul here from Trekitt, and tell you what, this makes a refreshing change, doesn't it? Look, I'm sat on a chair in a warm kitchen. It's my kitchen. We're at home here with Harriet as usual, doing a video for you, and today we're going to talk about how to clean, why to clean, what the benefits are of regular maintenance and care of your hard shell equipment. So that will apply to jackets and to trousers. So waterproof clothing, how best to wash it, and why you should do that in the first place. So why should you wash your hard shell clothing? Hello, Nelly. Well, basically, it's pretty straightforward. It's a piece of clothing. It gets dirty. When you're using it, you sweat, you're rubbing up against things, you might fall over, it gets mucky. It needs to be cleaned. And also, probably most importantly, your hard shell clothing will perform to its optimum when the face fabric, so in this case, the yellow bit on the outside, is clean and dry. So I'm just going to go a bit techie. Most clothing is made up of layers of fabric with a waterproof membrane or coating somewhere sandwiched between those layers. And invariably you will have on the outside a nylon or a polyester fabric which is designed to protect the membrane from abrasion and from everyday wear and tear. When the jacket, I'm going to talk about jackets, this applies to trousers, but let's just focus on jackets because that's the main thing here. When the jacket stops beading up, i.e. when you go out in the rain and it stops running off the jacket and starts to soak into the face fabric, that will impede the breathability of the membrane or the coating because you end up with a layer of cold water on the outside of the fabric. You're producing warm air, it goes through the membrane, hits the cold water on the outside and will condense on the inside, making you feel cold, clammy, sweaty, uncomfortable. The jacket's just not performing to its maximum. So in order to keep that DWR going, and in order to keep that face fabric clean and dry, you need to wash it and reproof it on a regular basis. So just as an example, I've got two dogs, as you know. We've got Margot and Nelly, they're running around here somewhere. And I wear my Gore-Tex jacket quite often. I live in Wales, it rains a lot, so the jacket gets used a lot. And I wash and reproof my jacket on a regular basis, probably I'd say about once a month, just as a ballpark figure, and that keeps it smelling nice and it keeps it performing at its maximum for ages and ages. So what we have here is a skanky 2-year-old mountain equipment Lotse jacket that has been well used. The DWR has stopped working and it is in need of some TLC. Now I'm not going to advertise who this jacket belongs to, but to get your jacket for 2 years without washing it, you know who you are, is pretty skanky, all right? Dole it out and again. So we're going to give it a wash, and what we're going to use is this Granger's Wash and Repel Clothing 2-in-1, and this is really good stuff. We're big fans of Granger's because this means that you can wash and reinstate the DWR all in one wash cycle. So it saves water, saves energy. It's just quicker and easier if you like that kind of thing. Other products are available, the main one being Nikwax. Nikwax produce something called TX Direct, which is their reproofing agent, and they do Tech Wash, which is their washing agent. So you need to wash it through one cycle and then reproof it through another cycle. The end results are almost identical. You know, it washes and it reproofs. It's just Nikwax, you've got to do it twice. With the Grangers, you just got to do it once. It's quite simple. These kind of garments nowadays can quite easily, well, very easily, be washed in a domestic washing machine. The caveat being that you should always check the care label on the jacket first. The care labels are usually tucked away somewhere. On this particular jacket, they're inside the pocket here. And this is saying that it needs to be washed at 40 degrees and that it needs to be tumble dried or iron dried afterwards. Why is that, I hear you ask? Well, the heat on the outside of the fabric after it's been washed will help that DWR to really gel into the fibres and really kind of get it bonded in there. So it's a really important step that once you've washed your jacket, to get some heat on it afterwards, either with a cool iron or in a tumble dryer. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give it a wash, and then we're going to give it a tumble dry, and we should end up with a lovely smelling, beautifully beading Man's Equipment Lotse, which the current owner, you know who you are, will promise to look after. Right, here we are in my utility room. I got my jacket, I got my Grangers, and just read the instructions, pretty straightforward on the back. It just says add 2 capfuls per garment, and if you're doing a couple of garments, just add another capful and wash according to the care instructions. So let's give it a go. What I tend to do, or what I like to do, is to put the detergent straight in with the jacket. You can put it in the drawer, or you can put it in a little ball. I'm just going to lob it straight in with the jacket. And also a top tip as well, if you've got any kind of highly soiled areas, like around the cuffs, or I don't know, if you've fallen down a muddy bank or whatever and the back of the jacket's covered in mud, you can just put a bit of this on a sponge and do some spot cleaning, just to get any particularly nasty, dirty areas. But this isn't filthy dirty, it's just a bit skanky. So yeah, it's going to go in the machine, like so. I'm going to get a couple of capfuls of this. 1, chuck it on the top. 2. I'm going to select a Delicates program here. I don't want to do anything too hot, so we'll just switch that to Delicates. The machine kindly beeps. It's a very beepy machine, this. Okay, for that, we've got a 40 degrees. I'm going to turn off the internal dosing system on this machine. 40 degrees, 900 spin speed. It's going to take about an hour, and away we go. So Harry and I will go ahead and find something else to do for an hour. So that's it, that's the wash cycle finished. And I know it's finished because my washing machine rather annoyingly beeps at me until I open the door and take the garment out. So I'm going to open the door, told you. So what we have now is a slightly soggy, clean, oh, fresh as a daisy, Gore-Tex jacket that is going to need some tumble drying. So let's whack it in the tumble dryer. Now, rather conveniently, this tumble dryer, you just choose the same cycle as you used for your wash. But if you've got a different dryer that has, temperature settings on there, you want it on a medium setting, nothing too high, nothing too cool. You actually want to get it dry. You want to get some heat into the jacket, but don't put it on too hot. So let's whack that in. And this is giving me a time of 47 minutes. So set it off, see what happens. Okay, so that's it, done, nice and dry, it's nice and warm, and you can feel, to touch, it feels slightly, I want to say greasy, but not greasy, it's kind of silky, it feels silky. And you can feel that DWR has been replenished, you can feel it's there. I'm going to go and take it over the tap and run it under the tap and just show you how well it is beading up after its little bit of TLC. Okay, this is it, nice and dry and clean and smelling much nicer. And here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beading up beautifully. Okay, so there you have it. A fresh, clean smelling Gore-Tex jacket that's had its DWR fully rejuvenated, ready for more activities out on the hill. This is a really fundamental part of the care and maintenance of your outdoor kit. It's cheap to do. The bottle that we used, the Granger's stuff, is only about a tenner. That'll do 3 or 4 washes, so about £3.50 a wash. It's a very small price to pay for keeping your jacket in really good condition, performing as it's supposed to perform, breathing to its maximum, and making your time in the outdoors much more enjoyable. So thanks very much for watching. As usual, any comments or questions, pop them in the section below, and Harry will put all the requisite links up to the products that are suitable for washing and caring for your jackets. Thanks very much for watching. Toodaloo.